again want to reiterate that I would like you to, this on the agenda, it said by Doug Maxiner that Rudy was going to be going through the agreement. I had no idea this was going to be a full-blown presentation. I guarantee you, when we on a 9/11 last year, there was over 200 comments on some threads. A lot of people are sickened by it, and it's not anti-American. It's not anything. It's just how they take it to heart. So I really hope you guys listen to other people and encourage them to tell you their stories.
Other comment?
Yeah, hi, my name's Jay Passion, and I'm no way dead set against having the monument. I think it's a very good idea. I'm personally involved with fundraising with Wounded Warriors. I thank each and every person out there that has served in the military, and yet the only thing that I have concerned about is no one has talked about what's the cost going to be over this whole thing, from what I understand. And why wasn't Chicago, I think that the gentleman over here said that Chicago at one time had this presented to them and they turned it down. What was the reasoning for that? I mean, that's the only thing that I have concern. Again, I'm not dead set against it, but on the other hand, no, I'd like to just have these questions answered.
Okay, I don't want to get into he said, she says, because there's no way to
Well, no, I mean,
that.
they said it the right, I mean, excuse me, sir.
No one within this group said it, so if you...
Yes, they did.
So I don't, no, I'm just saying, no one here as far as...
Okay, over there.
I'm more than happy to answer.
Okay, thank you.
And I worked in downtown Chicago since I arrived in 2003. And when I was working with a group called Willow House, which was a nonprofit that was helping the survivors and the victim families, we approached the city of Chicago 2006 and 2007 and tried to generate interest in having a memorial. This group, Kirk Morris was not part of that discussion. There was no interest and no acceptance by city government or any of the aldermen that we talked to. So we planted 3 nice trees out at Northerly Island, and we continue to maintain those, but City of Chicago never stepped up to the plate, and that's their loss. You can't carry coals to Newcastle. They were given the opportunity.
Okay, we're starting to get away from our meeting format here, gentlemen, so I appreciate your comments. I believe that we have
You haven't been called on.
received the information from
You can't talk.
Trustee Knight.
It's okay.
I would just like to say that I agree that I would like to get others' opinions weighed in. As far as it being on the agenda, unfortunately, the agenda wasn't on the website till today, so maybe some people didn't realize this was here today. Going along with that, I agree with Trustee Parbini. Unless there's something that's crucial, safety, something like that, I would be voting for it as well. But I think we owe the public a little bit of time since it wasn't on the agenda. I don't know if 2 weeks till our next meeting would help or not, but that's the way I would do it.
Maybe in e-news we could, announce it with a photo or some diagrams just to get it out there and ask for input from residents.
Just comments. But when you said, Anne Marie, I have to address, when you say threads, I'm assuming you mean social media?
Yeah, just after the 9/11 memorial, and it was even on personal comments about completely different views all the way around. Even, is this, honoring vets? Is it honoring the 911 first responders? That was very important to people too, and it seems like that's not clear either. So I guess I really, really think that this presentation should have been made, really verbalized, that it was a public presentation of both the monument, the philosophy around it, the funding around it. Hey, if it gets approved, maybe you get more funding. I mean, it should have been much more globally addressed. I know some people wanted to volunteer for your committee as a citizen, Mr. Mayor, and they were told that it was full. So I don't know how big of a cross session. I don't think the chamber or the businesses were notified about this. This could potentially affect economic development, to be very honest.
Chamber president is on the committee.
Understood, but it wasn't.
And also,
It's got
just
no.
for the record, no one was told no. Anybody who volunteered is, and I have volunteers who volunteered for different things like fundraising and so
Anybody that
forth.
showed up was
They're
allowed
on
to
the
be here.
fundraising list, so when we do that, they will be called. So
Yeah.
no one was told
true.
no,
I was
period,
there.
bar none, for any volunteers. Okay,
Mr. Mayor, can I make a
yes.
suggestion?
And I think we're getting again away from our meeting format, so.
Can I make a suggestion? If the board does not appear ready to vote on this tonight, I would suggest, I think Trustee Stark E-News encouraged people to contact, the trustees with their comments. I stand by the remarks I made before, but I think it should be brought back to our next business meeting. This thing cannot drag on, okay? Because we have a timeline, these people from the committee, they have the jobs to do in terms of fundraising, getting donations. We have to meet that timeline. So I would say put it on the agenda for action at our next meeting. Rudy, is there any problem with that?
Putting on next week, next meeting's not at all. That'll give me time
You
to
can change
change
the
the
verbiage.
ink on the.
Okay.
Right.
You know,
Can
if I
we
could-
make sure the agendas get out on time?
And also, maybe I would like to suggest that we have this model here at the Village Hall, so people during the day could come in and physically see it.
Right.
Because it hasn't been, the meetings have not been publicized, open to the public, except for this one. And this is a bit of a reveal, so I think it'd be a nice gesture to have people come in and maybe even have a comment box or contact us or whatever.
One more thing. Mr. Schmidt, great presentation tonight.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for you to be here in 2 weeks to answer any questions?
3rd, 16th, yes, I'm still, not the following, yes, that week, yeah, I'm still in town.
Just in case.
I will take a motion then to table it until